Sunday Funday. Sunday Fundays are my day to kind of talking about my week, how I kind of self-care. I've been in recovery for almost 8 years, and I also go to church every Sunday, and I also do a discipleship through the week. So I have not been able to do as much recovery work because I've had the 9 to 5, my home group. I haven't been able to go to it. Well, since quitting my 9 to 5, I've been able to go to my AA group more, which is great, because, you know, a lot of people, so when you start getting some time under your belt, people like to say that you don't need that anymore. You don't need AAA anymore, which really, I was like, but this is how I maintain. You know, if I choose not to go, I forget where I came from, okay? So, yeah, I'm gonna still go. So today is our speaker meeting. So as soon as I get done with this video, I gotta go to town, get some orange jello, make jello cake, and chicken salad sandwiches for our speaker meeting. Now, at our meeting this past Saturday, I had a topic picked out, but there was a guy that wanted to talk about anxiety. He says everything in his life is great, but all of a sudden he'll be driving down the road and he'll start having anxiety or panic attacks, and he doesn't know why. And I think in AA we have 12 steps, and the third step is making a decision to turn your will in life over to a care of God that you understand Him. Now, I've been going to church. I had been going to church. I went away for a while. I strayed. I'm the prodigal child. I tell you that. But I got back into it, and I started forming a relationship with God again. And I think I had more guilt and shame than anything, because I was a real goody-goody growing up. And I was like, I don't know why I got away from that. But this is my story, okay? So it just is what it is. And I said, maybe you need to reevaluate step 3. Because for me, step 3, I wanted to turn my will and life over to care of God. But something that we do as humans, we want to run the show. We want to run it all. And everybody says it's because they're OCD or something like that. It's just because we're selfish, and we have a fear that we will lose what we have, or we're not going to get what we want. And that boils down to everybody. But some people like me treat it a little differently. Like, I would drink because I had so much anxiety about everything, and life was so hard. I had to drink to get through the day. And, you know, or some people have to take a pill to get through the day. They have to shoot something up their arm to get through the day. You know, everybody has their own way. And I'm not a doctor by any means, but, you know, when people start talking about anxiety, I always talk about behavioral changes first. It's like, hey, why don't you think of it this way? Why don't you try doing things this way? And like I told him, when I think after about 3 years of sobriety, I was really squirrely because I made a decision, but I didn't put any action on turning my will and my life over to my God. And when I finally understood, it's when my dad had cancer for the 2nd time, and I was getting really mad. Someone said, give it to God for a situation. And I said, giving it to God is just something Christians say when they want to be lazy and don't put action behind their words. And that person got really mad at me. So someone else had to explain it to me. Like, my dad got cancer, okay? And I'm not a doctor. I can't cure his cancer, okay? Just like sometimes there's things beyond our control that we try to put our hands on, but sometimes you just have to let it go and let something smarter and I'll have a lot more knowledge. Because in my own will, I messed my life up. I made the wrong decision, so I had to turn it over for a while to people that knew more than I did. And so that's how I finally got rid of that anxiety. Even as a child, I had night terrors. I couldn't really sleep alone until I was 10 years old. And you know what changed? It's when I got saved and baptized at 10 years old, and I looked back after doing the steps, and at that time, I trusted God with my life. And I don't know why I strayed from that. I just feel stupid. But you know what? I did it. I just try to hope that my testimony will help younger people not stray like I did. We can't force them, but I can say you could choose to do this, and it's not going to be great. So anyways, getting back to what I was telling them, you know, you just have to reevaluate it, pray about it, find out what you need to do differently. Now, if you have super high anxiety caused by, mental health issues and you need to go to a doctor, you need to take a pill. If that's what you have to do, that's great. But I always suggest try to do some behavioral changes too. Do something different. Because if you do what you always do, you're going to get what you always got. It doesn't matter if there's a pill there or not. Sometimes you can still get those same results. Kind of like today, we're having revival, and our pastor talked about the story of Martha and Mary when Jesus comes into town, and Martha is preparing this dinner for everybody, for Jesus. She's slaving away in the kitchen, but she loves it because that's what she does. And then here's her sister Mary sitting at Jesus' feet, just chit-chatting, talking, laughing, I don't know what they were doing back then. Martha sees it. You know what she does? She forgets her servant's heart, and she starts growing resentment because she's focusing on Jesus talking to Mary. And eventually she comes in there and she calls everybody out on it. And Jesus like, sit here with me. And Jesus had to remind her that she does what she does and Mary does what she does at that time. But what Mary was doing was focusing on Jesus. And at one time Martha was doing that too. But she looked in there, got her resentment, focused on other people, and stopped focusing on herself of what she needed to do for the Lord. And I think that's what happens today, is that and I'm not downing social media at all because I'm on it a lot, as you can see. We focus on other people's lives. We look at their families. We look at their loved ones. We look at their jobs. We look at what they do. And all we're seeing is the highlights of other people. I've had 2 pity parties this week. I'm not married, never been married. I have no children, and everybody's just wondering what I'm doing. And I said, well, tell you the truth, I can kind of do whatever I want to do. I don't have people dependent on me. It just is what it is. So I'm trying to take advantage of that. I'm trying to keep in conscious contact with my higher power by being in my Bible, going to church, praying. And when I'm filled with Him, I feel contentment and I feel a direction. And I try not to worry about everybody else. I'm using the gifts I got and the things I have going on now to serve the Lord and help me live a full life. So that's all I can do. And guys, that's all anybody can do. So to kind of recap today, I don't want to go too long. If you've made it this far, I appreciate it. I would love for you to put, I'll put an emoji here on my white shirt, musical notes. I want you to put musical notes in the comments of wherever you saw this link to come to let me know that you showed up today. I really appreciate it. And, just to recap, guys, stop focusing on what other people are doing and comparing your life to them, because all it's going to do is cause you anxiety. You're going to get upset about it. Live your best life. Fill your life with a higher power, something bigger than you. If you believe in God or not, or Jesus, just something bigger, and just let it all go. In this world, it's so crazy how we have so much amenities and all this great stuff, but we're still not happy. We have anxiety. I don't understand it, but that's kind of where my thoughts are going today. I hope y'all got something out of that. If not, put it in your spiritual toolkit for later. That's what I tell everybody. So thank you so much for humoring me, watching this video. God bless you. I will see y'all Wednesday on how my journey to becoming the next Shoals Area Hype Girl is going. Have a fantastic week.